AJ Styles, and you're watching BrettO Live.
What is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today we have the week in review setup, episode 181. This is where we go over Raw and SmackDown. We're going to be going over Monday Night Raw first. This Monday Night Raw was okay, in my opinion. I thought there was a lot of fresh new matches, but I didn't really think not too many of the matches reached their full potential. But I will talk about everything that happened on this show. Next week's Monday Night Raw is going to be in the Barclays Center in New York, and I'm really looking forward to that show because the Tribal Chief is going to be on it, as well as DX Reunion. Will Billy Gunn be there? More than likely not. But anyways, Monday Night Raw this week, let's do it. Starting over here, we opened up the show with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day came out. They did their little entrance to open the show. They got interrupted by AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio. It turned into a tag team match after some smack talk was given to Styles. Should Styles join the Judgment Day? Should he stay a face? Finn Balor keeps saying, I'm your friend. I'm your freaking friend. But AJ Styles keeps saying, no, I don't believe you. You're a heel. This is not going to work. But anyways, it turned into a tag team match. AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio going up against Finn Balor and Damian Priest. 2-on-2 tag team action. Dominic and Rhea Ripley did completely take out Rey Mysterio. They didn't even distract him. The referee supposedly didn't see the takeout of Rey Mysterio. They literally clotheslined the crap out of him on ringside. I'm like, what the heck? How did the ref not see that? But anyways, as that was going down, AJ Styles got beat up in the ring, and then they hit the coup de grace on Styles. Picked up the victory, 1, 2, 3. And then after the match, AJ Styles got a little peeved with Rey Mysterio, and he pushed Rey Mysterio on the mat and said, this is all your fault. Rey Mysterio leaves. Styles is left in the ring alone. And then Judgment Day. Finn Balor is supposedly friends with AJ Styles, but then he attacks AJ Styles after the match. How does this make any sense? He keeps saying he's his friend, but he keeps attacking him and punching him in the face. So they leave AJ Styles in a pit of death in the middle of the ring as they took him out. Like, why would AJ Styles join a team that just beat him up? But as far as Judgment Day goes, I'm not the biggest fan of Judgment Day as a whole. I just feel like I want to like Judgment Day, but I just don't. It's just, I don't know. I just can't get behind Judgment Day. I'm not the biggest fan of the group. Moving over here, Mustafa Ali requested a United States Championship match against Bobby Lashley. He wanted a one-on-one match with Lashley, and he got it. It was a pretty good match. They didn't make Mustafa Ali look bad at all, in my opinion. Yes, he lost, but his resilience, him getting in at the count of 9 back in the ring to show that he's never going to give up on this. He demanded this match backstage with Bobby Lashley. He slapped him across the face to get this match. He got the match. He did end up losing, but he never even tapped out or got pinned. He passed out, just showing the resilience, how he doesn't want to actually lose this match, but he has no choice because he's going to pass out. I did like the way this match went. I feel like this is a fresh beginning for Mustafa Ali. By the way, his attire was absolutely awesome. I know he's worn it before, but it was a really cool attire that he had on. And Bobby Lashley retains the United States title. Right after the match, Seth freaking Rollins comes out, curb stomps Bobby Lashley, foreshadowing a future United States Championship match and rivalry. And then, just for fun, curb stomps Mustafa Ali on ringside as well. I'm like, oh my gosh. So he does that, and then they leave. Riddle comes out. Him and Seth Rollins have a no contact face-to-face interaction, and I really enjoyed this. Normally, when they have face-to-face interactions, you always know that it's going to end up in an all-out brawl. This one did not end up in an all-out brawl, and I loved it. I thought it was so unique, so fresh. They were just talking trash to each other. Seth Rollins, of course, brought up the kids of Riddle again in the divorce, and he flipped the hat off of Riddle. He threw it on the mat, because he's not touching him, he's touching the hat. Pissed off Riddle even more, but Riddle didn't lay a hand on him, because if he did, the Fight Pit match would be off for this Saturday at Extreme Rules, which I'm really excited for that Fight Pit, by the way. That steel cage looks awesome. There's like a second platform on the steel cage. It looks so cool. I cannot absolutely wait for that. It's going to be really cool and awesome. Moving over here is Candice LeRae going up against Dakota Kai. One-on-one action here. Wasn't really the biggest fan of this match. Dakota Kai was able to pick up the victory over Candice LeRae, and I don't really know how I feel about that. But To the benefit of the doubt to Candice LeRae, she did get distracted multiple times by Bayley and Io Sky, causing Dakota Kai to pick up the victory. So I guess it technically doesn't really count as a victory. Moving over here, it was Otis going up against Johnny Gargano one-on-one. This match was pretty good. I did enjoy it. I thought it was pretty decent. Johnny Gargano losing was not that decent, though. Austin Theory came up from behind with the briefcase, hit Gargano right over the back, and then Otis was able to hit the World's Strongest Slam and pick up the victory. I'm like, what? How are you going to have Otis beat Gargano? I was not the biggest fan of that. But then right after that, they started beating up our Gargano. Here comes Braun Strowman. He got everybody out of the ring, and then it turned into him versus Chad Gable one-on-one, the match advertised from last week. And then he was able to pick up the victory over Chad Gable with a powerbomb. The match was okay. Another match where I'm just like, it was kind of mid. You know what I'm saying? Dexter Lumis was antagonizing The Miz all night long. He drew a picture of him on a piece of paper and left it on his body while he was sleeping on a couple shipping containers, and Gargano walked past. He's like, Dexter Lumis. I'm like, dude, I don't know about this. This is getting way too drawn out, and I don't really like it anymore. At first, it was kind of interesting, Dexter Lumis, antagonizing The Miz. It's kind of interesting, but now I feel like it's way too drawn out, and I'm not really interested in it anymore. Moving over here, it was Angelo Dawkins going one-on-one with Solo Sikoa. I thought this was a pretty good match, a good match to get Solo Sikoa over. Obviously, Angelo Dawkins isn't going to be pinning Solo Sikoa here, but there was a little altercation between Jey Uso and Sami Zayn on ringside, nearly causing Solo Sikoa the loss, but in the end, he was able to hit his finishing maneuver to pick up the victory, which I'm happy with. I like Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline. Of course, the Tribal Chief is going to be there this coming Monday, which I'm really looking forward to. But as far as this match goes, and the Jey and Sami controversy, I like it. Moving to our main event, it was Alexa Bliss going up against Io Sky after a brawl backstage where they injured Asuka, and Alexa Bliss was mad. She's like, I want Io Sky in the ring. So they fought one-on-one, and due to Bayley and Dakota Kai once again on ringside, Io Sky was able to pick up the victory over Alexa Bliss, and then it was an all-out beatdown on Asuka, Bianca, and Alexa, and then in the end, Bayley and Damage Control went on top of a ladder, and then they held up the titles, of course, because it's going to be a ladder match between Bayley and Bianca Belair at Extreme Rules, so they're just giving us a little foreshadowing on what might happen at Extreme Rules, but this is definitely not going to happen. Bianca Belair is definitely going to beat Bayley in that ladder match. I guarantee it, but that is a pretty cool sight, seeing Bayley on top of that ladder. Not going to lie. But as far as the way that they ended the show with Bayley on top of the ladder, mid. It wasn't that good. But yes, guys, that was Monday Night Raw. Like I said, I thought it was just okay this week. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 this week. Once again, this is better than any show that Vince did in 2021. So that is saying something. This was a solid show of Monday Night Raw, 2 out of 5. Next week is going to be a Grand Slam of Monday Night Raw in the Barclays Center, New York. 2 out of 5 for Raw this week. Let's jump into SmackDown now. Welcome, everybody, to the SmackDown side of things. This was the season premiere of SmackDown, and it was a kick-ass show. What a great show here for SmackDown. We're going to jump into the man that opened the show, that being Trips. It was Triple H. Triple H came out and he hyped up the crowd. He's welcome to Friday Night SmackDown. He's like, let's get into it. And on his microphone was another QR code revealing the White Rabbit clue again, saying, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. I think it was like one of the Three Little Pigs saying that, and I was like, "What the heck?" So let me in. That's the Fiend. That's Bray Wyatt. And then it gives us a date during the commercials. That date being Extreme Rules. Stay tuned for the Extreme Rules review video. We're going to be talking about what happens with the White Rabbit and every single other match on the show. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be also popping today or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, Trips had a pretty cool opening promo there. I just love seeing him on the screen. It was awesome, bro. And then, of course, he didn't really get interrupted, but they just jumped right into the next thing, which was the Bloodline. Bloodline popped out. They got interrupted by Logan Paul. Logan Paul and Paul Heyman kind of were going back and forth with like different celebrities, how, oh, you're just a celebrity, Logan Paul. All these other guys would never dare challenge Roman Reigns. He mentioned guys like Ben Shapiro and Andrew Tate, different people like them, just random celebrities like that. I found it kind of odd. But then, of course, Logan Paul started stirring controversy between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, calling them both tribal chiefs, and then Sami Zayn had to get in the middle of Roman and Jey, saying, yes, Roman, we all know that you're the tribal chief, and then Roman's like, no, Jey Uso has always had anger issues, but Sammy, now it's your problem to deal with. I'm like, ooh, interesting. But yeah, they technically did get the best of Logan Paul, in my opinion. Logan Paul was kind of hanging out on the apron most of the entire time, but it was still a pretty decent opening segment. I did enjoy it. If you didn't see it, I recommend you check it out. We jumped right into our opening match, that being Ricochet versus Solo Sikoa. It was a pretty decent one-on-one match, but obviously, they got to put over Solo Sikoa. He's the newest member of the Bloodline. You got to make him look good. He was able to pin Ricochet by hitting the spinning solo, is that the name of his finisher, where it's a massive Uranagi slam. He drops him down on the mat. 1, 2, 3. Solo Sikoa picks up the victory. I thought it was pretty good. I did enjoy that. Moving over here, WWE introduced us to a brand new faction here on SmackDown. Of course, Hit Row was coming out. I'm not sure what they were scheduled to do, but they were entering, and as they got to the ring, they got attacked by Legado del Fantasma. That is the name of this team. I hope I didn't botch that name, but it's a brand new team here led by Selena Vega. No longer Queen Selena, it's just Selena Vega. She's back. I believe she was with Santos Escobar and 2 other guys that I did not recognize. I would assume they're from NXT. So feel free, help me out down in the comments. I don't watch NXT, so I'm not familiar with too much of the guys over there. I believe one of the other guys might have been Raw Mendoza, possibly. Help me out down in the comments down below. But they did introduce this brand new faction, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. They took out Hit Row. I'm pretty happy about that because I don't really like Hit Row, so I was happy about that. But like I said, I'm interested to see what this team is going to do, what their goals are. Moving over here was a tag team match. It was Shotzi and Raquel, who came out on a tank, which I love. They went up against Sonya Deville and Xia Li. This was a decent tag team match. We did see Raquel Rodriguez sort of carry the match. She was able to hit a finishing maneuver on, I believe it was Sonya Deville, to pick up the victory for her tag team. Nothing too crazy, but it's pretty cool to see Shotzi and Raquel Rodriguez on the same page. I did enjoy that. Moving over here, we saw Karrion Kross, similar to Hit Row, just coming out, entering into the ring. Not sure what he was scheduled to do, but he was just coming out with Scarlett, and then right from behind, Drew McIntyre attacks Karrion Kross, looking to get a little revenge on him for what he's been pulling over the past couple weeks, attacking him. And then Drew McIntyre brought the strap started beating Karrion Kross with the strap, but then Karrion Kross ended up getting the best of Drew McIntyre, but sending him into the steel post and then slapping his back with that strap and then kind of hightailing. But yeah, he did take out Drew McIntyre. So is that signifying that Drew is going to lose to Kross at Extreme Rules, or does that say that Karrion Kross is going to beat Drew McIntyre? We'll have to wait until Extreme Rules. I am looking forward to that show, by the way. Moving over here, it was a very awesome tag team match. It was the New Day. They had to find a tag team partner to go up against Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso in a 6-man tag team match, and they found Braun Strowman. This was an awesome tag match. I really enjoyed it. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn could not get on the same page. They were arguing outside of the ring, distracted Jimmy Uso, which caused the New Day to pin one of the Usos, that being Jimmy Uso. I feel like the Usos haven't been pinned in such a long time, and to see the New Day pin one of the Usos, the current undisputed tag team champions, you gotta think they're gonna be getting a title opportunity, maybe at the Crown Jewel. I really liked seeing the New Day here get a big moment by pinning Jimmy Uso. I thought that was so cool, and I hope they get a big opportunity in the future. And then moving into our main event of the show, a well-deserved main event rematch between Sheamus and Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. This was an amazing match. Of course, we saw Gunther tap out. We literally saw Gunther tap out. He was literally like this. Boom, boom, and then the crowd jumps on their feet. I'm like, oh my God, did he just tap out? No way. And the ref called it off. He's like, no, he didn't tap out. I'm like, what? Bro, he literally just did. And then, of course, Giovanni Vinci, Ludwig Kaiser ran down, posed his distractions for Sheamus. And then Butch and Ridge ran down to kind of even the odds. But then Sheamus was still distracted. And then the ref was also distracted because Ludwig Kaiser handed off a shillelagh to Gunther, and he used it to take out Sheamus, and then the ref didn't see the usage of the foreign object, and then Gunther pinned Sheamus 1, 2, 3 after that. I'm like, come on, dude. Sheamus well deserved that IC title, but I understand. You got to build Gunther, the younger talent here. I understand Trips 100%. I'm looking forward to a 6-man tag team match at Extreme Rules, though. That ought to be really good. And hopefully ending the rivalry between the Brawling Brutes and Imperium. But yes, guys, that has been the SmackDown side of things. In the end, I'm going to give SmackDown a 4 out of 5. Yes, that's a very high ranking, but I enjoyed this show, man. This was a great show full of action, matches, storytelling. It was a great show. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what your rating is down in the comments down below for both Raw and SmackDown. And I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend review this week. I'll see you guys next time. BrettO Live out.